strong focus on what I want.
Reviews in America have been pretty harsh, but does that affect the way you move on to number 2?
Well, no. You know, the critics are, I don't know what's going on with me and the critics in the United States. I gotta tell you, something's going on.
They just don't get you.
They've never got me, and it's getting worse. They're like, it's almost like, go away.
Oh my god! M. Night Shyamalan's back to making good movies. It seems kind of monotonous to say, but like everyone else, I'm a big fan of all of his movies up until 2006. And when The Visit came out, I pretended to like it. I was drinking the Kool-Aid a little bit, because I was really in love with the idea of M. Night Shyamalan making good movies again. But every time I revisit the film, it gets kind of worse, to the point where I'm just laughing at the climax of the movie. The climax is the old grandpa taking his diaper off and rubbing his poopy diaper in a child's face.
You have a problem with germs, don't you?
Supposed to be scared by that. Also, one more note before I get into the meat and potatoes of this review. Not gonna name any names, but some Joe Schmo thought in his review of The Visit he would talk about how he didn't like the twist ending and he thought it was predictable. That's fine if that's in a spoiler review, but this was his spoiler-free review. Saying that there's a twist ending is a spoiler, because once you know there's a twist ending, you're going to be looking for it the whole time. And then once you see it coming, it's ruined, and you don't get to enjoy the twist. So I'm not going to say if there's a twist or no twist in this movie. See the movie. It's good. I really liked it. You'll like it too. Let's get into the review now. Split is about 3 teenage girls. The main character, Casey Cook, played by Anna Taylor-Joy, and 2 whatevers, who are all abducted by a man played by James McAvoy, who suffers from DID syndrome. Dissociative identity disorder, for those who don't know, which included me until like 2 hours ago, is basically multiple personalities. You have multiple personalities. That's really all I can tell you, is they get abducted. Because if I go into any more plot, it's spoilers. I adored this movie. I actually think this is his best movie since Unbreakable, which is my favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie. Watching some of his recent movies, like these classics here, you wonder if it's even the same director. For the first time in a while, I actually felt like I was watching early 2000s M. Night Shyamalan. There's a shot really similar to the opening long take in Unbreakable, but not as long. A good amount of people are saying James McAvoy steals the show, and I'm not undermining his performance. I thought it was really good, but for me, the best part of this movie was the cinematographer. Can't pronounce his name for the life of me. I've tried. I'm sorry. I thought this is probably M. Night Shyamalan's best looking movie since Unbreakable. It looks good. It's his best looking movie in a while. And this cinematographer also did the cinematography for It Follows, which is also a really great movie too. There's this one shot in a corridor where these lights are getting knocked out and it looks really cool. And it looked good, you know. It was nice to have a good looking movie. I've always liked James McAvoy. I think he's a talented actor. There hasn't been a performance of his that's really blown me away. I think he's good in the X-Men movies. I thought he did a really good comedic voice acting performance in Arthur Christmas. This is the first time really that James McAvoy has impressed me. His performance as a man with 23 different personalities had me floored the whole time. You don't really get to see all 23 of the personalities, but the 10 to 13 you see are really good. Anna Taylor-Joy also does really great in this movie too. Not really sure. At first I wasn't Anna Taylor-Joy is great in this movie too. At first I really wasn't quite sure if I was gonna like her performance, but the more that was revealed about her past, the more I liked her and the more I ended up rooting for her. The 2 girls with her do okay. They're really given as much to do, so I understand why they came off as forgettable. And Betty Buckley plays a very significant role in this movie as the psychiatrist. She and McAvoy probably share one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie. The only things I can think of that I didn't really care for were the two girls, the two other girls, but they weren't given that much to do, and they did fine for what they were given. And the main character makes some stupid decisions, or she takes too long to do things, and you're kind of like just wondering, you're just scratching your head, why aren't you moving faster, or why aren't you doing this? Not really that big of a, it's kind of just, details. There's a lot more I'd like to talk about this movie, but it's mainly just stuff that happens in the plot, and I don't want to ruin that for you. I went into this movie pretty cold. I'd only seen the first half of the first trailer a few months ago, and I could barely remember it. I'd recommend not seeing the trailer, but you probably already have, but you should see it. One more thing, though, before I go, is I was really happy to see M. Night Shyamalan having a movie about something, like having an overarching theme. That's something his movies used to have. Like, Unbreakable was about a man trying to rekindle his broken marriage, and Signs was about a former pastor trying to find his faith again. I'm not going to tell you what Split's overarching theme is, but it's really good, and I think it'll connect with a lot of people. I mean, it didn't really connect with me, but I'm not going to tell you what it means. It's like, I guess you got to be like a girl, to really get it. I mean, you can be boy, but I don't know. It's good. In conclusion, though, I really like Split. I'm seeing it again on Tuesday. I really think you should see it. Original films, go see original films. Or you can go see XXX, The Return of Xander Cage. Or Monster Trucks. That's a good movie. I saw it. I paid $17 to see Monster Trucks. It's in 3D. Oh God, look at this. All right. 8 out of 10.